Do you think smartphones will disappear in next 10 years?
Not in next 10 years, but definitely in next 20 years.
Any example of industries which you think will not be disrupted because of AI?
I think logistic, maybe in future, but at least I don't see it near 10 years.
There is going to be a workforce shift because of AI implementation in the organizations. Which layer of employees do you think will be impacted the most?
I think middle management probably will be affected the most. It goes to the cost and the impact, right? When companies come to that point, probably the middle manager will be the one.
What is the difference between AI and agentic AI?
Imagine there is a person, you have asked him, can you get this coffee for me? This is the goal that you have given to that person, right? The person himself understands this is the path that I need to come, I need to pick up the coffee and to fill it up and then come back. So it itself figures out what exactly will the next steps.
So if you are entering the job market in the AI era, what skill would you learn? Welcome to yet another episode of Leaders Unscripted. Today we have Pranjal Singh. He works at the intersection of artificial intelligence, emerging interfaces, and the human-technology interaction. At Reliance Jio, he works to build AI-driven platforms and wearable technologies that could potentially redefine the way we interact with the digital world. Today, we not just ask him questions about technology, but its impact on the organizations, society, and the human race. Hi Pranjal, welcome to Leaders Unscripted. How are you doing today?
I'm feeling good. Always I'm great.
Okay, that's good. All right, so Pranjal, you have been working in technology, creating certain wearable technologies that most of the people haven't yet imagined. In simple words, what are you building using AI?
So I would say we are actually kind of moving towards the post-screen era, right? People, these are very much dependent on the screens. They, for every notification, they actually kind of go to the phones and then they kind of check it and all. They call using phone. But what we are trying to do here, we're actually kind of making a smart wearable devices. Those will be powered by our AI platform technology. Primarily what it will do, it will understand your context, it will understand you, it will anticipate your needs and then do the needful, right? Yeah.
Okay, so what are the applications of these wearable technologies for a normal person?
So whenever you have these smart wear glasses and all everything, like what we have here is camera in the smart glasses itself. What we have here is microphone. What we have is speaker powered by our AI platform cloud. Which is actually kind of hosted on the cloud. Now, when you have voice into the system, you can interact with it, right? Your primary interface becomes voice. You can say hello, whatever name it will be. Like you can just simply interact with the AI assistant. It will do the stuff for you, right? You can ask to do calling. You can ask to send a message. Even you can ask to draft a message. It will send it to the particular user that you have asked for. You can listen to the music, a very typical kind of most demanded feature. You can take pictures. You can also ask what am I looking at as well, right? And apart from that, you can also get the insights from AI basically. Let's say, for example, I say, what am I looking at? You're looking at a cup of coffee. Shall I take this coffee today? Since it integrates with the health app, it can tell you, no, you already had too much caffeine today. You can just skip this one. You can rather take it at 4 p.m.
Okay.
So yeah, so those sort of intelligence layer is kind of built.
Okay, that's quite interesting. I mean, if you're building the intelligence layer, you spoke about eye wearable. So do you think it can also help a person with impaired vision?
Yeah, definitely. See, since you have a camera, right, into the system, now what will happen? Don't think about the blind people right now. Think about even the people, old age people, those don't have a kind of clear vision, right? They can use it as a kind of AI assistant for their medical assistance, right? They can ask, can you tell me what prescription or can you remind me what medicine do I need to take today? It can remind you you have some BP issues or whatever. You can go and then take it, or have you taken your medicine like that, right? It can ask like, can you tell me if this is the correct medicine? Yes, you have taken the correct medicine in your hand. You can take this medicine. It will be very much interactive and conversational, right? Plus, let's say for the blind people, they can just simply we can just turn on the live feed of the through the camera, and then AI can understand what you're looking at, right? It can tell you there's a chair in front of you, there's a road in front of you, there's a green signal, you can walk now. I mean, all those stuffs can be done through the camera glasses.
Perfect. So it is definitely going to help with the disability. But for the normal human beings, if we are getting so dependent on scheduling meetings and even sending our emails, so are humans losing power because of AI implementation?
I think humans are becoming more powerful than losing power, right? Because see, you are going to invest your time, which will matter the most to you, right? These things are like routine tasks that you do every day. If AI can understand your routines, it can understand your context, it can automate that for you, right? A kind of controlled autonomy can be given to the AI, where you focus on your family, you focus on yourself, and you focus what matters the most.
Perfect. So you are saying that with AI, humans are becoming even more powerful. Okay, great. All right. So before joining Reliance Jio, what are the other industries you worked with?
So, I'll give you a bit of context. I started my career as a game programmer. I then transitioned into the product management role. I also happen to work in XR and VR technologies, and a bit of edtech experience I have. And now I'm in AI platform. So, yep, platform is the current role that I have, and then I'm working on the multilingual voice agentic AI stuffs.
Okay, that's perfect. So, quite a diverse kind of experience working across gaming, edtech, and now you're working with Reliance Jio on AI driven platforms. So, in your opinion, these industries, how do you see the human interaction with technology evolve with AI?
See, I think I'll start with gaming because this is one of the favorite kind of domain that I've worked, and being myself a gamer. So in games, what you'll see, the tendency of human, what we observed, and then what it has proved is that they want control, and they like instant feedback loops, right? And retention is much higher in such games when a user is kind of emotionally invested in that, and eventually financially also invests, right? That's when they're playing. So this is one of the kind of tendencies that we have understood. Now, when we come to edtech part, right? Our traditional education system was different. Now, since we involved education with the technical technology, what we have seen, people, they tend to complete the course faster, like it's more than 30-40% compared to the traditional edtech courses when it is personalized, right? So now personalization is the other angle that we understood, right? uh, Now third is the platform. As a user, we tend to be into the same ecosystem, right? We want frictionless adoption. There is a reason Ola or Uber interface looks same. Like there is a reason Swiggy and Zomato look same, because they don't want to kind of create that friction, because you can use Zomato as well, you can use Swiggy as well, right? Or be it any kind of same sort of companies in the same in the public market, right? Now, user, let's say if you're in Apple ecosystem, you tend to buy Apple Watch or you tend to buy MacBook because you
Because
don't
of
want to
its compatibility and
compatibility, right?
integration is easy.
Yeah. So the platform teaches that user wants frictionless adoption, they want personalization, and they want control, and they want that instant feedback loops for them, so that they're engaged and they're increasing the productivity.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. How wonderful and amazing to work with such interesting technologies. Okay, so I want to understand from you, from the user perspective, since India is the largest country across the world with 22 languages. So, considering the kind of, dialects and accents that we have, do you think India is sitting on top of a big opportunity of multilingual AI implementation in AI products?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll give you a certain examples. Let's say a AI voice model which was developed for Spanish. You'll see Spanish people, they'll only use Spanish in their conversation, right? They will not mix English
Yeah.
or other
They
languages, right?
won't.
If they're speaking French, the French is pura French, right? For us, when we speak English or Hindi, it is mixed.
Yes.
When we speak Tamil, it's mixed with English, right? And it is across the state.
Across the entire country, I would
Yeah.
say,
And that makes it very difficult to get the voices right? And it's just a very difficult problem to solve. A lot of companies they have been doing, they're claiming that they have done it, but till what extent, unless you take it to the ground, you'll not know, right? So this is definitely a big opportunity, and that's what we are also kind of working towards it, and ensuring that we are also covering dialects, the accents, and accurately, and with the product thinking and the system thinking, we want to ensure the experience is seamless for you.
Absolutely. I think that's quite a humongous challenge in front of you, considering we have 29 states and 22 languages. So that's going to be a humongous challenge. But seeing it implemented, I think it's going to be quite amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, since we are talking about AI related products in India, do you think that India is self sufficient in AI related manufacturing, or do you think we are still dependent on other countries?
See, I think we are still dependent, I would say, in terms of manufacturing, because when it comes to scale, right, you want to optimize the cost, and in India, the cost is the supreme factor. Everybody
Absolutely.
wants it for cheaper rate, right?
Absolutely.
So unless we solve this problem in India, we'll be always dependent on the outside world.
Okay. So you are saying that, we are dependent for AI manufacturing on the other countries, right?
In fact, it is more or less kind of same for many kind of other products as well. But yeah, right now we are.
Okay, perfect. So you were there at the AI Impact Summit in Delhi when it happened last month, and we saw and heard such big vision coming out from world leaders about AI related products. Do you think they are looking at India as a market to sell their products or as collaborators?
I think the kind of deals that has happened and the kind of news that came from that AI Impact Summit, definitely they see us as a collaborator. But we are 1.4 billion, right? Plus. So we are also the market.
A market.
Right? And I think India as a country is very conducive for AI kind of initiatives and infrastructures, because to be honest, the labor cost is cheaper compared to other, right, or other countries. We have talents, we have IT industries. I mean, all this makes it a very conducive. And we also have a tech giants like Reliance. They are we already saw the news, right? They have been investing into data centers, which will bring down the AI cost as well.
Yeah. So definitely we have some large conglomerates who are definitely who can pioneer India into AI product implementation is what your opinion is. Perfect. Okay, so one question that I have in my mind is we all use ChatGPT and Claude, So do you think India can at any point of time develop such tool which can be used globally?
I think very soon.
Really?
Very soon. And in AI Summit, I saw a couple of evidences, a couple of companies, they have already proven it, right? They have shown their product working. And especially the AI models, the voice models, even the Westerns, those who want to kind of enter the Indian market with their ChatGPT Cloud, they'll probably use ours.
Wow. So we are going to see that vision come true. Okay, perfect. All right. And do you think smartphones will disappear in next 10 years?
Not in next 10 years, but definitely in next 20 years.
They will disappear?
They will disappear.
And what will we use?
See, right now, what you see, what is the primary use of smartphone if you see? Either you consume the content or you create content, for example, why not for public or Instagram, but for you also, right? You take pictures. It's your personal content that you put in your galleries. Now, there'll be a time where people will be bored of these contents because this will become very similar and it will not excite you anymore. What people will be interested in, the hyper kind of realistic, personalized content which is only for you, and that can be consumed via any virtual screen or maybe like any virtual gear that you'll be wearing, right? It will not need any screen dependencies. So the only thing that will stay is probably this: in 10 years, the smartphone will stay with you, but it will primarily be as a power bank for your hardware devices that will be wearing, or maybe a edge computing device that will power your wearable devices.
Okay. So you're saying that, most of the industries and domains will be disrupted with AI technologies and wearable technologies, because you're saying that, smartphones may disappear.
Yeah, I mean, it will evolve. Yeah, I mean, they will also have to evolve. So everybody will need to evolve actually in that case.
Okay. Any example of industries which you think will not be disrupted because of AI implementation?
I think logistic can never be disrupted because maybe in future, but at least I don't see it near 10 years at least.
It may become better and more efficient and productive.
Yes.
We never know in what ways.
Yes.
But okay, so logistics is one example. All right, thank you. Moving towards the organizational shift in the culture that the organizations may see as an impact. So we all know that there is going to be a workforce shift because of AI implementation in the organizations. Which layer of employees do you think will be impacted the most? Leadership, middle management, or the entry level?
I think middle management probably will be affected the most. Yeah, because it again, like it goes to the cost and the impact. Right, when companies come to that point, probably the middle manager will be the one.
Yeah. Okay. And what advice do you have for these middle managers who would be getting impacted?
I think upskill yourself. Right. We see a tendency in at least the people those who have crossed 45 or 50, they don't really learn new skills, right? Maybe because of the family, or maybe because of you're already kind of getting into that zone where your interest is not there, you're not motivated. But learning AI is very important, since and we keep hearing that AI bubble is going to burst. It's not in terms of that AI will not be there. AI will always be there. It has already come into picture. Maybe it will go up and down in terms of finance or all those investment point of view, but AI is the future.
Yeah. As they say, AI may not replace you, but a colleague using AI may.
Replace you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So imagine you are 18 years old right now. So I'm giving you that luxury to imagine that. So if you are entering the job market in the AI era, what skill would you learn?
See, AI fluency is one thing. A person needs to understand what exactly is AI, how exactly that work, how agentic system works, right? Because it's not only about solving one small problem. You have multiple agents working, and they'll be kind of in line with each other, right? Impacting one agent will impact others as well. So a kind of system thinking they need to have. So I will probably advise myself to focus on system thinking, product thinking, right? These are the two things that I feel I should be learning. Apart from this one, uh, I think more human, you can say, philosophies, psychology, and ethics one needs to learn, because building a product is one thing, but will humans will use that product, how they will react to that product, how they will behave to those kind of product is very important. So these skills probably I will focus more. Yeah.
So, talking about the ethics, do you think the organizations are using AI ethically these days?
See, I think most of the organization, I mean, there are various part, like the uses of data, right? The way companies, the tech giants, have been harvesting our data to train the model. Right now, we don't bother, right? It's being trained, but future in another 10 years, I think there'll be enough kind of compliances will come, which will ensure our data are in our vault, right? That is one thing. Second thing is AI as a I mean, a lot of companies you'll see they are mostly using AI as a performative AI. They're not doing native integration. Like almost 90% of companies are like putting a chatbot AI basically onto their legacy product, right? And then they're claiming that we are now AI ready, right? I think it's not the case.
Yeah, okay. So, talking about data regulation, do you think that we are regulating data enough right now?
See, I mean, to pass on that legal compliance thing, where yes, what you see on the terms and condition, it only prevents them from the lawsuits thing, right? But uh, you will know what data they are capturing, but you don't know how they're using it, right? So that's the difference. So probably this sort of transparency should be given to the users.
Okay, all right. So right now, we can assume that users' data might be at risk because we don't know it's being regulated right now or not.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Many young professionals want to, build their career in AI. What three skills do you think they should be learning to enter the job market in this AI era?
See, I think learn prompt engineering. Learn first of all, you learn how to use AI, right? Use AI tools, what AI agents, what are there in the market? There are a lot basically, and to cater each and every aspects what you actually work on daily basis. So learn those first. Learn how to direct AI, right? And third, learn how agents work, right? This agentic AI is right now the thing that you should be focusing on. Obviously, it will evolve, but these are the things that you should focus.
From a simple layman perspective, what is the difference between AI and agentic AI?
See, AI is a larger umbrella, and agentic AI is a kind of AI. If I have to explain you in a layman terms, so imagine there is a person, you have asked him, Can you get this coffee for me?" This is the goal that you have given to that person, right? The person himself understands this is the path that I need to come. I need to pick up the coffee and to fill it up and then come back. So it itself figures out what exactly will the next steps, because you have given certain autonomy to that agent, right? To that worker basically. Now similarly, we have into the AI as well. So these agents are created to perform certain tasks, right? You have to give them goal and it will do the task for you. Now you can create multiple agents. Let's say, for example, if I have to give you more clarity, you want to kind of do a shopping. I have a podcast shoot at this location, and this will be about this one. Can you suggest me a good dress for me? Right? It will understand the context of the content. It will go. It will search the web. It will find what sort of clothes you should be wearing in that particular context. It will also give you the link. So there are multiple agents probably would have been working there to get you the link on probably Amazon or Flipkart, right? So that's the agentic AI flow.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for explaining that for our in simple terms. Okay. So, since you operate on wearable technologies and you build AI-driven platforms, and we just spoke about data sensitivity, regulation, compliance, who owns the decision that an AI system makes? What if an AI system takes a wrong decision? Then whose ownership and accountability would that be?
I think, we need to understand that whatever AI models that we are kind of discussing about is all trained models. They don't have moral, right? They don't have kind of sensitiveness. They don't have consciousness, right? It is all being trained and deployed in the market
And they are being trained by the humans.
by the humans or by the corporations, right? So humans are the one who should be held responsible, or the corporation should be held responsible for that, because they need to ensure that it is going in the market or is going to the users in a perfect way, more responsible way, we can say.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So there's a huge responsibility on the shoulders of large corporations who are
Correct.
building these AI products. Okay. Since you worked in large corporations, you've seen innovation happen at a pace. And we know that in startups, innovation happen at a faster speed than large corporations. So, who do you think would be more instrumental in building innovation, startups or large corporations going forward?
See, in terms of AI, I'll try to give you a differentiation. So there are three layers in AI. One is application layer,
Okay.
right? Second is the models, and third is the models where they are deployed basically, so that it does that computations as well, right? Now, application layer is something which can be built faster by the startups or the small companies, because they have less bureaucracy. They can iterate faster. They can do kind of problem solving faster than in a bigger companies, right? Now, where the big corporations help. See, this model training is a very expensive project. It's very cost expensive kind of training, right? Which a startup cannot do. So they will help to do these model trainings, and they will help to get these models deployed on the data centers or the or the processors, where it will actually reduce the cost of the AI. So it's technically going to be a complete ecosystem which needs to evolve, right? So they all three are kind of different, kind of giant in itself. But obviously, to your questions, the smaller startups will iterate faster. They will be able to kind of bring the solutions to the end users faster than bigger tech giants.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, so we've heard leaders say, in the large corporates, experiment, fail fast. But when it really comes to failure, do you think they are able to accept the failure that these initiatives bring?
See, I think it's about the cost of investment on that failed project, right? See, any company will not appreciate such failures, right? But given the right expectations, or given or with the right agreement with the companies that we are going ahead with these sort of things, this is experimental. This might fail, but this will give us this learning, or probably this will give us this reason that you might prevent your big kind of your money loss, right? By preventing it not going to the market, right? So it pretty much depends on what sort of kind of loss we have done by such failures, right? Smaller ones is fine. If it is a bigger one, or if it directly impacts the market or the business outcome, then probably a company won't appreciate that.
All right. I think for the employees, it's mostly about the manager they are reporting into, right? So even if the culture of experimentation or fail fast has to be brought in, it's the leader or the manager who is supposed to bring in. So in your opinion, what are the three traits that differentiates a good manager from a bad manager?
See, I think uh, during my career, what I have learned, you need to trust your people. Trust them. They will make mistakes. That's okay. They will learn it. They should not make the mistakes again, right? The same mistakes, because they can make a new mistake, and that mistake will have some learnings, right? That is fine. You need to understand that. You need to be assertive, second, with your people. At the same time, you have to be protective as well. So you can't expose your people, or you don't put them under the bus, right? You fight for them, but you fight with them also, okay, that you have to do that, right? So the third thing is giving ownership, right? Developing that sense of ownership into your people is very important, because you cannot be the bottleneck. You cannot be the only decision maker. Like, you should give them certain power to take certain decisions, align with you, and take the call. So they will also evolve. Your burden, or you'll not become the bottleneck. So, I mean, these three traits are very important for a leader.
Okay, all right. So, given an option, would you choose a great company with a bad manager or a decent company with a good manager?
I mean, there's a saying, no, people leave managers, not the company.
Yes.
So you know the answer. So.
Great, all right. So, you would choose a decent company with a good manager.
Yeah.
All right. So, when a manager says, "We are family," is that a red flag in your opinion?
It is. I'll see. The most important fact is, you don't tell them that we are a family. You treat them as a family, right? Reason is, anyone who joins the company, anyone who works for the company, they come with certain agreement. You have to set an agreement. Okay, you have been hired for this. You have to do this job. Are you aligned? Yes. Let's go ahead with that. You can't say, I was expecting, I hired you for this purpose. I was expecting you will do this as well. That's not how it works. And the moment you say we are family, the agreement breaks and it becomes expectation, right? So yeah, it's a red flag.
Okay, perfect. All right. And in your opinion, these titles that we have at the large corporations, vice president, senior vice president, super senior vice president, do you think these exist in the future of AI?
Uh, See, it matters when you have to take certain decisions, but does it really matter in innovation? No. I mean, you'll see people with 25 years of age or 26 years of age sitting on a good position, right? You'll see people at 50 years of age but sitting on a lower position. I think position doesn't matter. I think it's your skills and talents that pushes you up.
Okay, all right. Okay, given AI taking center stage, do you think HR's role will become obsolete in the future?
I don't think so. Right now, if you see AI is being used on a very superficial level, right? It is not doing execution, right? You will still require human loops to kind of validate and then ensure it's working fine, right? The empathy, it understands. AI understands what the meaning of grief, but does it grieve? No, it is the humans those who understand what exactly is there. So I don't think the HR role will be obsolete in future. It'll be there. Maybe it will evolve in some other ways.
Okay. So, in that case, we keep on hearing so many layoffs happening across the organizations. Do you think that the layoffs are happening on the basis of AI's performance or AI's potential?
See, I think a lot of layoffs that is happening are for various reasons. Maybe they are being put as because of AI is happening. Maybe it's a financial course correction for the company. Maybe it is to show investors that we are getting AI ready, and that's why we are moving towards this angle, and then we have reduced the cost, and then this and that. Like, you understand, right? And there are a couple of companies those are actually laying off. See, I'll tell you, earlier, to build a product, it used to take a kind of large amount of people to kind of take it to certain level, right? Now with AI it is possible. So there's a saying, no, a work well started is half done. So AI is able to get those half work done for you in a better way, but you still need to complete that. So people are required here, but less people will be required. So
Okay, all right. Okay, so since we are talking about different generations also, coming together and working in the same organization, so how do you think Gen Zs are different from baby boomers, Gen X, millennials?
see, I think if you see internet more or less kind of democratized information. So Gen Zs were born in the era of smartphones, right? So they have not seen the earlier era, right? They have seen the smartphones directly, internet access they already had. So they have enough information. They prioritize themselves, right? So the fact here is you need to understand the generation basically as well. It's not that Gen Zs were not there earlier. Probably they were in a lesser amount, right? Now it is in a large amount. Now you need to understand, you need to give them their personal space. You need to have a right agreement with them, and they will do the best. And I've seen, so in where I work, the average age is 27 to 29, and we have been able to kind of deliver such a great product right now, which we showcase in AI Summit as well. So it's not that they have not; it was all done by them. They put in a lot of hard work and effort, and yeah, they were being appreciated as well for that.
Okay, so what are the three top capabilities of Gen Z that organizations can leverage?
See, they are intentional. So if you give them certain tasks as a clear instructions, they will do it. They will do on their own terms that you will have to understand. Uh, see, I mean, Gen Zs. I think I will give you a very other example. Gen Zs are like girlfriends, right? I mean, as a boy, as a man, I'm saying that they are good, but आपको उनके नखरे भी झेलने पड़ेंगे. ठीक है. So I mean, and then you need to have a personal bonding, right? Don't have to too much caring for them. I mean, you just be normal. You appreciate their time, right? And they'll do the best.
Wow. The analogy with the girlfriend was really good. I think audience will connect to that. So, Pranjal, you demonstrated certain technologies at the AI India Summit that happened in Delhi last month. Would you like to share a use case with us?
Sure. So I think you would have seen in AI Summit, Geo as a company, they have been doing a lot of work in AI, right? From data centers to creating AI stacks, working on robots, AI intelligence, plus frames, and we have been using those AI tech stacks to kind of create kind of multilingual agentic AI platforms. which is a layer which sits on any sort of hardware devices, be it frames, or you can also put it into your house. So the moment you put into your house and you give the capabilities to control your smart devices which are available in your houses, which are present in your houses, it becomes smart home. And rather, I call it intelligent home because it understands your intent. It supports multiple languages. It understands your context. It knows who you are and kind of performs a task for you. So you can simply say, hey, can you do this, or can you put on this particular movie on my television? You don't have to ask to switch on the TV first. You don't have to ask to change the source to some setup box, or Apple TV, or any other setup boxes. It will do it for you because it understands what movie you have asked. It understands on which content this content is available on which OTT platform. It knows that, it does that for you. You can just ask, can you set a good ambience mood for me? It knows what are the devices in their room, right? It will pull down the shades, or it will close the curtains, dim the lights, and then increase the volume a bit, set it to theatrical mode, let's say, and then your movie can start. So this is not a very typical smart home, and it's also kind of personal AI assistant. You can also have a kind of call with it, and then what we have done as an additional layer, we have actually kind of added seamlessness. So let's say you have a smart frame that you're wearing, the Geo AI frames. It is seamlessly connected. You forgot to switch off the lights, or you went on a vacation, you're in the car, you can tell, hey, can you switch off, or can you turn on the vacation mode in my house? It just slowly closes the curtains, dims the light, and then does it for you. It can start the vacation mode. Let's say nighttime, it will reduce the brightness, or turn on the lights, or increase the surveillance, or increase the alerts, kind of strictly, basically. Yeah.
I'm just visualizing the Marvel movie moment right now from Iron Man.
Yeah. It is an Iron Man, but the only thing is, it is not with the robotics hand right now, and that is the other use case that we showed in the AI summit. So using the same AI layer that we have built, we can power a robot. We can give a voice command to the robot, and the robot can do that for you.
Wow, this is absolutely amazing. I feel like in a sci fi movie right now. Pranjal, every leader has their moments of doubt. Did you ever feel directionless in your career, and what did you do about it?
See, I think it happens with every leader, and none of the books or some literature can solve these sort of problems unless you face this yourself. And one of the problems what I faced, or usually I think a lot of people would be facing as well, is you're working on a product. It is a top grossing product, right? It is making enough money, and then all of a sudden it started declining. And then you have been trying to, you have two options actually. You either try to revive it, or you close it. But since you are so emotionally attached to that product, you want to revive it back because you have done a lot of investments, kind of you put in a lot of effort. So I think there, the most important thing is to detach yourself from the product first, right? You don't need to invest your resources, your energy into the product which is now in a declining phase, and there's no way to revive. It is not going to hurt your belief system, but you have to be practical enough to take that call, and you rather invest those resources and energy into a different product which will solve a different problem itself.
Yeah. Since you're talking so much about, detachment and attachment, so tech careers could be really demanding. So how do you avoid burnout while staying curious?
uh, I think it is very important to understand when burnout happens, right? It is when you constantly try to solve the same problem for a longer period of time, and you're not able to do that. Your burnout starts, right? The best way is detach yourself again
Okay.
from that problem. You do workout, you do running, or you spend time with your family, or you at least change the subject. You try to learn something else, and then you come back again. You'll yourself get the answers slowly, because when you are into the same zone, you get stuck. Your cognitive ability kind of struggles. So you have to give it a time, and time cures everything.
Wow. Okay. So what do you do to unwind yourself? Do you watch movies?
I watch movies. The couple of movies that I keep on watching, say Marvel. I'm a big fan. Like you, I'm a big fan of Marvel movies. I watch Iron Man movie. I just because I know so many scenes, I just simply put. I seek to the particular position. I watch whatever I feel like watching. I like Minority Report. I think that's a very good movie. Whatever it's a science fiction. Whatever kind of fictions, whatever intelligence that they have shown in 2002 is have already many of them are already there in now, and many of them are kind of becoming reality. So that is one. Apart from this one, the Moneyball, the Brad Pitt movie. It's a very good movie. I mean, everybody should watch. It shows how what analytics can do. So yeah,
Okay. Do you read books as well?
I read books, and I'm not a fiction fan, or I don't read stories or any other. I mostly read. Since I'm from the product background, one of my favorite book is Hooked by Irneal. It's a very good book. It teaches you about how to create a product, a habit forming product, basically. Then Atomic Habits by James Clear is one of my favorites, and The Big Leap. Uh, it's one of the best book. I mean, everyone should read this book. It's small. It's not expensive also like other books. Everyone should have this.
Okay. And what do you do over the weekends?
Weekends I try to spend time with my family. I'm a bit of I play games still. I have my PS5 console. I have the deluxe subscription. I whatever I feel like I download, I play. Try to unwind myself. Spend more time with my daughter, and yeah, and a bit of workout so that I'm
To
healthy
stay
also.
fit?
Yeah.
That shows. Okay. So, is there a problem in your life right now that you would pay money to solve for?
I mean, it's just a difficult question. I mean, as a person, sometimes when I introspect what I'm doing, I think I need to spend more time with my families. My parents are growing old, my kid is growing. I need to spend more time with my wife. I think probably if I have enough money, I'll probably be spending time with them because where I don't have to worry about livelihood, right? And then I'll go with the flow.
Okay. All right. So, Pranjal, you made this big in the corporates. Do you have any mentors you want to credit them?
I think I was lucky enough to have so many mentors in my life, starting from my father. Uh, Even my wife, she encourages me a lot. In fact, she was the one who encouraged me to come here. And when I discussed with her, uh, one of my professor, where I was learning this gaming course, he gave me a couple of good kind of. I mean, he was very good. His name is Thomas Kuriakos. Uh, I learned a lot of things from him. His directions were right. Because one of the things I think probably it will be for everybody. I was getting into a company where it was a bigger company, and I was getting a smaller role in that company, obviously with good package. But there was a company which was a startup where I was getting a bigger role, but with a small package. He asked me to, it's your choice. If you go there, you'll not have 360 view. If you go here, you'll have 360 view. Money to you'll earn later as well. So I took that decision and I went there, and here I'm like, I think like last 14, 15 years, I'm personally think I'm sitting in a good position right now because of those mentorship. And luckily I've had good managers right now. Uh, Shritish Marwa, I think he's a pretty famous guy. I mean, you can look at him on the internet. I've learned a lot from him. Very smart guy. Uh, uh, and couple of my early managers. Yeah, I was lucky.
Okay, so what's this advice that you want to give to Gen Z if they have to choose between an impactful role or a great package?
See, impactful role is very important because one needs to understand you need to fall in love with the problem. You don't go for the solutions or syntax. You fall for the problem, fall in love with the problem, and you solve it. Right? Don't worry about cool projects. Right? These kind of practice, these sort of projects, these sort of mindset will take you far ahead. So yeah.
So problem solving, critical thinking, taking ownership is what you're suggesting for Gen Z to take it
Yeah,
up.
and plus system thinking is a new
System
thing.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's a new concept that we are hearing on this podcast. Thank you, Pranjal. I think I loved the conversation. I hope you enjoyed it
Yeah,
as much as I did.
definitely.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on Leaders Unscripted.
Thank you, Divya.